Well, I want you to imagine something for me. Imagine this. You meet the man of your dreams. Now, I'm talking he is your Prince Charming and completely sweeps you off your feet. But as is the case in life, there's a bit of a hitch. You've only known him for 3 weeks and, well, you're already married to somebody else. Today, you're going to meet a woman who's in the middle of the man she claims to love and the man that she's married to, which really creates a really complicated love triangle. Now, Robert wrote to me because he says he is desperate to save his marriage, even though his wife, Stephanie, has admitted to more than one affair. Now, Stephanie claims that she just has a need, a craving for male attention.
Stephanie has an attention addiction.
I have a very overwhelming need for male attention.
It's not any different than if she were addicted to alcohol. Male attention is her drug.
If I get bored in a relationship, I seek male attention elsewhere.
We agreed a few months ago to take time apart to work on ourselves. Stephanie took it as a sign to sleep with as many guys as possible.
It felt great being single.
I found out she'd had a secret MySpace page where she had been talking to guys, where she had kept provocative pictures of herself.
I was clothed in the pictures. I didn't think they were that bad.
She loves to wear anything that shows her cleavage. She goes out on the dance floor and dances as provocatively and erotically as possible.
I always lead guys on to get attention. I can't stop.
She slept with a guy at a car show. She drove all the way to Tennessee to sleep with a guy. Drove all the way to Louisiana to meet another guy. Stephanie has torn my heart out, ripped it into pieces, burned it, scattered the ashes to the wind, and left me with a big empty place. Now she says she's in love with one of the guys that she had met.
Richard and I met 3 weeks ago. He is my Prince Charming. He doesn't care about my past. He is willing to give me a fresh start. If Richard asked me to marry him today, I would.
I want to save our marriage, and I'm willing to do anything to do that.
I want a divorce.
Okay, now, before I bring out Robert, who's actually watching backstage, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit. Why did you agree to be here today? Why did you want to be here today?
I want Robert to move on, and I've not been in love with him for a very long time. I really care about him. He's a great father to the stepchildren, and I want to help him move on and let us go on about our own separate lives.
Are you 100% sure that you're ready to look him in the eye and say, it is over, I want a divorce, there's no chance to save this, we're done, that's it?
I'm very sure. I have been for a while. It's just been hard to say.
And you're in love with somebody else?
Yes, I am.
And you trust that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now, are you ready and prepared to be brutally, unvarnished honest in everything that you and I talk about? Think about that before you answer it.
If I'm not honest, then I can't move on.
Okay, there's the socially desirable answer, because everybody knows that, of course, you don't say, well, no, Dr. Phil, I'm going to lie to you. I'm going to lie my ass off. I'm going to spin this. I'm going to twist that. I'm going to cover up things. I'm going to try to put the best face on this I possibly can so I don't embarrass myself.
I think I've done enough embarrassing as it is now, and it's time to be honest with Robert.
I certainly don't want to embarrass you. I didn't make the choices in your life. You did. You need to own the choices you've made, and you need to be willing to answer questions honestly. Now, Robert's been listening backstage, so I want to bring him on out here so we can talk about this and get his point of view. Robert, if you would, come on out. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Now, Robert, you wrote me a letter, right?
Yes.
And why did you do that? Why me? Why here? Why now? Why this?
I thought that if anybody could help us, it would be you. I mean, I certainly wasn't getting it done by myself, so.
What do you think it is about me and my approach that would resonate with this situation?
When Steph and I first got together, one of the things we always liked about each other is that we were 100% honest. And as things have gone on, my honesty has become unwelcome. And I think that for her having someone that she can't just shut off and to listen to be honest with her, I think will help her.
Okay. And you've had relationships outside this marriage?
Yes, while we were separated.
Ever while you were together?
In the beginning, we both did. He was unfaithful to me in the beginning at first.
So since you've been married, since you walked down the aisle, have you been completely faithful to her?
Yes, 100%.
Haven't cheated, gone outside the marriage for female companionship, or?
No.
I mean, he's done the whole online internet things that I've caught, and he keeps denying it.
So are you willing to be honest with me?
Oh, yeah.
Have you been playing footsie on the internet since you've been married? Now, well, before you answer that, think about, we've just set a new standard. We've just set a new goal. We've said, look, my relationship's off in the ditch. I mean, I can't make it any worse, so I might as well just tell the truth.
At one point, I had a Facebook account, and she found out about it. But as soon as she found out about it, we talked about it and we argued about it, and it was kind of done at that point.
Okay, but she's right. You denied it. Reactively, you denied it when she said it, but...
He denied it till now.
I guess it depends on how you look at things. And
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It's
It's kind of like being a little bit pregnant. You either have an email account and you're playing footsie with women online, or you're not. There's no, I mean, come on. I'm not trying to get you to say you do. If you don't, you either do or you don't.
I had one, but that's not what it was for. I mean, that's just the honest truth. And
Well, did it turn out that you were playing footsie, even though that's not what you did it for? Look, okay, look, guys.
I know.
Come on.
No,
life's too short, man.
I can't blame him because I had them. You know, I had my MySpace and stuff like that, and I needed attention, so I would talk to guys. It never was physical during the marriage until we were separated.
Okay,
but
y'all are still married, right?
Yes, technically.
Okay. They got an odd way of being married, a very odd way of being married. When I look at how these two are married, I don't ask myself why they're in trouble. I ask myself, why not? It's not any kind of marriage that I think any of you would define marriage is. I'm going to talk about what I mean by that. When we come back, it's going to be another truth test. And they fail this one. I guess I'm going to be talking to you the rest of the hour because I am not going to play this game. We'll be right back. Well, I'm here with Stephanie, who really is saying she wants me to help her husband understand that it's over and that she's in love with another man. Now, I want to talk about your role in this. You say, and I quote, when I'm in a relationship and I start to feel there isn't enough attention, I go and find other male attention before I leave the relationship I'm in.
Yes.
Were you in a relationship when you started this one?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so this one overlapped, and the one that you have now with your Prince Charming that has swept you off your feet, that's overlapping with this one.
It's overlapping the marriage, yes, but we had been separated, you know, for 4 months, and I had been dating, and I was open with him about my dating.
You say, and I quote, I have an overwhelming need for attention from men. I crave it.
Yes, I do. I thought forever that the attention that I was wanting and I felt like I needed, I thought that was normal. And until recently, I figured it out that it's starting to feel like it's not.
Taylor, we ask you a lot of questions, right?
Yes.
You said, I want attention, I don't want to settle. You said, quote, having sex makes me feel like somebody wants me.
Yes.
Does that sound healthy to you?
No, not at all, no.
You said, and I quote, if Richard asked me to marry him, I would.
I said that, yes.
You know him for 3 weeks.
Yes.
You're still married.
Yes.
You got 3 kids.
Yes, I do.
the guy before him, she said the same stuff about.
No,
I'm getting to that. You say I lead guys on for attention.
Yes, I do.
You lead guys on for attention, and you admit that in this time that y'all took a mental break, a mental space from one another, you say you had 5 affairs.
Yes, I did.
5.
But it was that.
You say she has problem counting.
Yeah, I know for a fact it has to be more than that. Unless all of her friends lie to me too, and I don't see that happening.
While we were separated, it's been 5, and I told him. Like, I have not told him, I hadn't told him about every one of them. Like I told you guys more than I did
You said
him.
while you were separated, were there affairs when you weren't separated?
There was a lot of mental affairs going on. And I had told him about kissing a few guys and stuff like that, but like nothing sex. But when it comes to the marriage, I have told him for a couple years now that I'm not happy, I don't want to be married, and he shuts me out and he ignores me. He won't even listen to what I have to say. So
You say you've been on dates every weekend since January.
not
and-
every single weekend.
And sometimes 3 dates with 3 different guys in one weekend.
On the weekends, I don't have my kids. They're gone for a 3-day weekend.
It's not an essay question.
Yes,
No, really,
it
it's
is,
not
but
an essay
still.
question. I'm just doing the
Yeah.
math.
Yeah, on the weekends, I don't have my kids. I've tried to fit a few dates in to weigh my options. I'm
Sometimes the
single.
weekends we do have the kids.
And you've driven to Louisiana and Tennessee to
He was-
consummate some of these.
Not Tennessee, and I did not. This is what he doesn't understand. He doesn't believe every word I say anyway. And Louisiana was a good friend, and that's all it is now. Yes, things went farther, but it's not like that now.
Was a good friend, but you did have sex.
Yes.
Hence my comment about this is a very odd definition of marriage. Because see, what most people would do is they would finish one relationship and maybe even, take a time out, kind of gather themselves, kind of do an autopsy on the dead relationship, figure out what they may have done to contribute to its failure. They would have healed those wounds, they would have gotten their bearings, they would have established themselves independently, and then they would move on to something else. And then there are those who kind of overlap this, and you overlap it because it's hard for you to go without male attention.
Yes, it is.
You have a craving for it. You said it's an overwhelming need
Yes.
that you have to have for it. Okay. And did he give you that attention in the beginning?
Before we were married, he did. And I kept thinking that, I was thinking that it would be fine and he would stay like that. And I would feel fine, and then after a while, the attention stopped. There was nothing there.
Well, and here's an important thing. Is it possible that you're a bottomless pit as far as male attention is concerned, that you can't get enough?
It's a worry that right now, at the current time, it's not. But there's that underlying worry that it could be.
But you
that
felt
way.
about him the way you feel about this Richard now.
In the beginning, I did.
And you say
But-
she's felt that way about some of these
But
before Richard.
Yeah, the guy that she went to Louisiana to see, she had this exact same conversation about.
I had-
She even.
Is this the friend?
This is the friend, but he does not understand.
The minute he became her friend was when he bought a 2-bedroom house for him and his son, knowing that she had 3 kids. And that's exactly what she said.
I didn't say it. You
She would
didn't
write
clue.
down in all of her
Can
little.
I be honest about this? Listen,
I wanna be
Okay,
honest.
here's the
He
thing.
never
One
lets
of
me
you's
talk.
lying. One of y'all's lying, because this isn't like you read this in. This is a conversation you had. You either said what he said you said, or she didn't say what you say she said. Somebody's lying here, and that's going to make this a really short conversation because I can't fix what
Yeah.
isn't real.
No, I cared about the guy from Louisiana a lot. I did. And I thought there was something there. But
Okay,
when
then you have not been honest with me by omission. You said, oh, he's just a friend.
Well,
There was
now
no
he is.
potentiality. Well,
I mean-
but that's lying by omission. Because it sounds like what the truth is I was head over heels for this guy, then it transitioned to something less than that. And so when you asked me about it, I gave you the later version because it was easier.
it wasn't head over heels for him. I mean, I did care about him.
You were
but
going to relocate the children to be with him, and you were so upset that he bought a
I-
2-bedroom house
I
because
was
the
not
kids
upset.
couldn't
I
stay.
don't even know how many bedrooms his house was. This is what I told you. I've not been in his business for a while like that. It's just friends. He is upset about the guy from Louisiana because I met him on an online game that we both played. And this guy was an acquaintance of him through the game. And when I started talking to him, he was really upset that he considered a friend. This is what the main problem, and he can't accept what I have to say
So
about
this
it.
wasn't a friend that like you lived next door to when you were growing up.
No, this is a guy that
Because
we
you said
met
it was
through
just a
online.
friend, that you went to see a friend and it went further. This was somebody you met playing video games with your husband online?
Yeah, I wasn't playing with him, but I mean, we played the same online game, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things that I talked to him for a complete year and a half, and we.
So the first time you met him was when you drove there in person?
In person, that's when I met him.
That's the
yeah.
first time you met him?
Yes, but
And you met him and had sex that same day?
not the same day, the next,
Next day?
I mean, yeah. I had talked to him pretty much every day for 6-7 months.
Okay, well, you'd been chatting him up for a while over the internet stuff and all, but then
Yeah.
you drove there, and when you met him, you really liked it
Yes,
because he gave you a lot of attention. Because, see, guys will do that.
he did, but when I left, I know
No,
this.
I mean, come on.
But I told
I'm just
him
trying to
also.
be honest. Guys will do that. I mean, when they're on the hunt, they'll tell you whatever you want to hear, right?
Yes, but the thing that he doesn't understand is I told him the day I was leaving Louisiana, I was not sad I was leaving the guy. I felt free. I was like, I can be single. I can date again. This is something I've never normally done on my own. When I came back, I told him I do not want to be married. I want to go about our own ways.
Have you been honest with this Richard guy?
Yes, I have.
Do you have any objection to adding him to this conversation?
I guess not. I mean,
Because I mean, we're going to be respectful. We're going to talk through this. I don't really know where to have him sit. No, I mean, really. I mean, does he sit next to your husband? Does he sit next to your husband's wife? Let's just take a break. I'll get a seating chart, I guess, of some sort. Stephanie is married to Robert, but she says that she loves a man she met 3 weeks ago. Let's hear what this new man in this triangle has to say.
When I first met Stephanie, it was like meeting an angel. I felt like I was going to pass out.
Richard's a hypocrite.
I do not think there's anything wrong with what we're doing. Without a doubt, Steph is the one.
I think that Richard has told her all the things that she wants to hear, but he doesn't know Stephanie. If he knew the truth, I don't think he would have maintained the relationship past their first date.
I do not worry about her past. Her past is just what that is. It's the past. When I look into her eyes, it's like reading a book. I trust her.
Richard is the next infatuation.
I think that I can give her the attention that every woman deserves.
Anytime things get tough, she still calls me. If he's so capable and so perfect, then she wouldn't feel the need to call me.
We have had all the big talks. We both want 1 or 2 more kids.
She had her tubes tied. She doesn't plan on having any more kids.
Divorce papers have been signed, but they just have not been sent in yet.
We never signed them. We're married.
I want him to realize that she loves me and not him.
You're in love with this woman.
Yes.
I guess more accurately, you're in love with this man's wife.
Yes.
And you don't see a problem with that, an inconsistency, an issue at all?
Some people would see it that way, but as far as I knew, the divorce papers were signed and had not been mailed off yet because of insufficient funds at the time.
And they are signed. They are signed. And they're sitting on the desk because times have been hard. And I have called you because there's stuff we're still dealing with. We have an apartment together. And the kids, you want to be involved, so I make you involved. But I can stop that. I mean, I'm just doing what I think is best.
You think you're doing what you think's best for you, not what you think's best for anybody else in the world.
The kids and I are what matter to myself. I've never concentrated on myself at all.
Okay, Richard, you said that's how some people could see it. Is there any other way to see it?
Well, honestly, no. When I came into the picture,
I mean, you're sleeping with this man's wife. They're still married. They have children. If they get a divorce, they get a divorce. But you're in a bad spot here, right?
appears that way.
Y'all are just head over heels in love, right?
Yes.
What was it about her that just did it for you?
It was just the first time that I met her, and after talking with her, just being able to look into her eyes, and I know she's telling the truth.
How did y'all meet?
On another date, a double date with other people.
Okay, so you were on a date with somebody else while you were married, and you were on that date too with somebody else.
It was,
Was she married?
no.
She wasn't married.
No.
And so y'all, where'd you go?
To dinner. And
So it was at the dinner table that y'all kind of got connected.
we had been texting the day before because I had asked him,
How did you know him?
how did I know him? Through my friend. He's the friend that I was on a date with, their neighbors, and they're good friends.
Okay, so the friend you were on a date with, not your husband, was friends with him.
Yes.
And he gave you his text information or something? You started texting him?
Yeah.
Y'all hadn't met.
No.
You were just texting him because he was going to be on this date.
They wanted me to see if I had a single friend that I could set him up with, and I couldn't just do that. I wanted to see what type of guy he was. I had no clue who he was.
Okay, and before you met him, did it occur to you that you just might keep him for yourself?
Yes, it
No,
did.
I'm serious.
No, it did. Because
you and I both know it
charming.
did. You and I both know it did. You like the way he texts.
Well, the way I talked to him.
No, seriously, you show your personality. He said things, had a sense of humor, whatever, that piqued your interest.
Yes.
Okay? And so even before you went, you thought, I'm going to set him up with my friend, but I might be interested in him myself.
Yes.
Okay, did you set him up with a really ugly friend or something? So
No, she was very sweet. They
okay,
just
she was a
didn't-
sweet girl, just didn't click.
They just didn't hit it off.
Okay, so y'all went to dinner, and then did you know at dinner that, wow, this girl is something special?
Yeah.
So you knew it right then?
Yes.
Have you been married?
No.
Have you dated much?
Yes.
Okay, so you knew what was going to happen on a day, just go to dinner, and y'all were going to kind of hang out and stuff. How soon after that date did y'all connect in a one-on-one way?
The next week, we went on a date.
Have you been completely upfront and forthcoming with him?
If anything he wants to know, I've told him. This is the only man I've ever been able to be honest with in my entire life, up front and everything.
All right, well, I want to hear what Robert has to say about that. Stephanie says that she's head over heels in love with Richard. If that is the case, then I'm wondering if she has reserved herself exclusively for him, or if she's continuing to cast about with other men, either on the internet or in person or whatever. I'll find out when we come back, because I've got some questions that I want to get the answer to.
I'd never had my heart broken before. When you love somebody so much that you would do everything in your power to make them feel better, even if it made you feel worthless. I want her to realize that she's risking her family with somebody she met only a couple weeks ago.
Well, that was Robert, who is devastated that his wife, Stephanie, says she's in love with Richard here. And I'm concerned about you. I'm concerned for you. There are at least two people in this room, you and me, that know that you have a problem. You know that you are addicted to male attention. You know that you are addicted to falling in love, not being in love. You love that exhilaration, don't you? You love that exhilaration of being pursued. Now, he doesn't fully get that. He doesn't even almost get that. Because if you did, and I'm not trying to be ugly with anybody here, I look at these things because I think you can't change what you don't acknowledge. And you know that in the back of your mind, even though you mesmerize yourself in the moment, that you're wondering what will happen when the new wears off here.
It wasn't until recently. My marriage has been over for a while.
I'll use your words. You said, I have an overwhelming need for attention from men.
Yes.
You said, sex makes me feel wanted. I lead guys on for attention.
I have.
Now, you're not
And I
going to
don't-
tell me that,
I mean, I
you
do.
met
I
him and he
want-
cured this in you.
No, I feel very strongly about him, and no one can understand. Like, there are a few
Didn't
people.
you feel very strongly about him at one time?
At one time,
And
but
didn't you feel very strongly about others at one time? And now you feel very strongly about him? I mean,
I do. But everybody goes. People fall in and out of love all the time.
but you know, that's not what we're talking about.
Yes.
You and I know that. You know this is a problem that invalidates your ability to know, because it's not about Richard.
I know it's not. I want to fix myself. I know I have a problem. I've tried to change myself a little bit on my own, but I know I need more help than that. But I can't, even though I could fix that, I don't see a future with him at all because
Well, that
of
may be the
certain
case,
things.
but I mean, let's talk about Richard here for a minute. Do you realize that you may well be an object of infatuation from a serial standpoint, that you are a consumable in this overwhelming drive for male attention, and that it is perishable because you're new, it's exciting, it's all of this now. She's been there before. And when that wears off, when you look away, when all of a sudden you're not falling in love, you're just in love, that has a history of not being enough for you. There's a difference between falling in love and being in love, right?
There's a big difference.
And you love falling in love.
I do, but I love Richard like I haven't. Anyway, he is the only man that has ever given me the respect that I've ever wanted. I've never had respect from Robert. And I know that he would never, in my life, he would never physically or mentally harm me. And those are main things for me.
You know that because you've got 3 weeks of history with him.
No, but some people don't understand. It's hard to explain how I feel. And I'm tired of not having that chance.
Okay, I'm gonna let you weigh in here. We gotta take a break. And we're gonna talk about why Stephanie believes she craves male attention, and why it has everything to do with a past that has nothing to do with either of these two. We'll be right back. Today we've been talking about the hurt, the betrayal that comes in a love triangle. Now, Stephanie is married to Robert, but she says that's over. It's not enough for her. She's not happy with it. It's done. She wants him to get that. She says she also craves Richard's love, even though this isn't over with yet. She believes her need for attention comes from her childhood. Now, hear what she means by that.
I believe my need for attention comes from not getting any as a child. My dad died when I was just a few months old. My mom was always too busy to give me the attention that I needed. As I got older, I realized that I loved the male attention. I was kicked out of the house when I was 15 years old. I have a family member that physically and mentally abused me. I cut my hair so he couldn't use it to throw me up against the wall. I never had the right attention as a child or a teenager, so I tried to get it however I could.
I think that's pretty wise assessment. And, you know, first off, I'm so very sorry that you had to go through that. It changes who you are, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's hard for anyone to understand that. I, for the longest time, thought every kid gets beat. You know, it's just how it goes. And I guess it's not the truth.
No, it's not the truth. And it distorts the filter through which you view the world. I mean, you don't know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, and you don't know the ramifications. You don't know the ways in which it shows up in your life. One of the things that comes from a young girl's bad experiences with males is it kind of devalues you in your own eyes. And so you define your role in the world in that way. And right now, it feels really good to you to be pursued and desired and wanted, and that it's kind of like a drug. You need that fix. You have to give yourself an opportunity to fix that.
I decided I needed help and I wanted help. And then when I met Richard, he gave me respect and he actually cared about my feelings. With him, he doesn't hold my past against me. It's not that he doesn't care about it. He just gives me so much respect and makes me feel good about myself. And that's why I feel so strongly about him.
I'm gonna let you respond to this, but I've got to tell you, just totally from the outside looking in, if he respected you, really, he would respect your family, he would respect your marriage, he would respect your need to get yourself into a healthy place before you got into a relationship. That's what respect means. And I'm not saying you're some evil guy. This is a very complex situation, and I wouldn't expect you as a lay person to be able to size all of this up and recognize what the dynamics are and how you ought to play in it. Because right now, it feels good, right? It feels good to be with her. It feels right to be with her. You feel like you can give her what she needs.
Yeah.
And you certainly are right now. But you and I both know that you are very, very high risk for moving on. True?
I am, but I found someone that's willing to take a chance with me and do whatever it helps to make myself better and
What do
be
you
there
want
for
to
me.
say?
It bugs me when she talks about him respecting her, because when they went on their first single date together, she told me, well, I spent the night with him, but we didn't sleep together. Because I told him I had an addiction to attention, and he respected me more than that. And then I found out later, because I just knew the way she was acting. I've known her too long, I guess. And I said, you slept with him, haven't you? And she's like, well, we slept together the night that I went on a date with him and stayed at his house. But he said, he said all the right, he respected me anyways and things. I don't, if you know somebody's an alcoholic, you don't pour them a shot. So if you know somebody's addicted to that thing, why would you say, I respect you even though I'm going to do the exact same thing that you just told me I shouldn't do to you if I cared about you and respected you? Like, I don't understand, maybe I don't understand what the word respect means, but I'm 100% positive that's not it. We're still married, and I know that she says, well, but our marriage has ended and this and that. Like, she already says she would marry him, but they don't value marriage. Why would that be a big deal? She's still married.
Okay, so where do we go from here? My answer to that after the break. I don't know whether this union has a future or not, and you don't either. But I can tell you this, you don't ever fix a marriage by turning away from your partner. You don't ever fix a marriage by bringing an interloper into the situation. But what you have to do is be selfish for you and your issues. If you really, and I'm not trying to make this work, but I'm using this as an example. If you really cared about him, you would prepare yourself for the union instead of go into it knowing that you have these issues, whether he wanted you to or whether you didn't.
I've been talking to him about this and all that. He knows that I'm
If you
getting
cared at
help for
all
that.
about this, whatever kind of husband he may have been, he is your husband. He deserves a look once you have done the things that you deserve to have for yourself. Now, I know exactly the kind of work and counsel that you deserve. And I am prepared to make that available to you. I'm not saying I'm going to put you guys in marriage counseling at this point. That would be premature, frankly. It's time to put you at the top of the list and do some things you need to do to take the filter off and see the world as it really is. And the risk is once she does that, she may not want you, she may not want you, she may not want anybody. You don't know. But don't you deserve the chance to get yourself straight one time in your life before you go on to the next relationship?
But I want to fix myself.
But I'm saying you owe it to yourself and anybody else in your life to say, I deserve a chance. I need to tell myself no and yes at the same time. No, I'm not going to continue a destructive pattern. And yes, I'm going to do some things to try and get myself straight and level for once in my life. I deserve it. My children deserve it. My future deserves it. Come on. I mean, that may not be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. And I'm offering to make those arrangements for you to do that and then let you do whatever you want to do. And if you don't want that help, if you just want to sign those divorce papers and run off with him, there's nothing I can do to stop that. But I'm advocating for you, to you, at this point, to please give yourself an opportunity to heal before you jump. If he's a good idea,
Oh, I know he would wait on me
today,
forever.
he'll be a good idea 6 months from now, 3 months from now, whatever it takes. You need to get yourself straight. so you can, and when you do, he may look worse than he does to you now. I mean, that's the possibility. I'm just telling you. I'm being selfish for her without you guys. Will you take that help?
I need help.
I mean, will you take it?
I do need help because I still, you know, no matter what, I still feel the way about Richard that I do.
And if you
I
do-
want a relationship with him and I want a healthy marriage in the future, then I need to do for myself, for them and
Well, let me
my
tell
kids.
you, in my opinion, if you go forward with this relationship with him right now, it is doomed to fail. Not a chance in hell it would work out. I know you don't.
I know, but
So let me see if I've got this right, because we're going to stop here. I'm going to offer you this help for you. Will you take it if I make those arrangements for you?
yes.
But you won't waylay this relationship until you're through.
I mean, we can we can do what we need to do. I mean, because I know no matter what, he's going to be there for me.
Well, you
I
will
can't
take
be-
the help. And you
yes.
want her to get the help, right?
That's all.
Regardless of what happens with you or
Regardless.
him or whatever.
Regardless.
We'll be right back. I believe we are products of our learning history. And if that learning history has been toxic, then we'll make choices that reflect that. And I think all of us have to ask ourselves if we're making clear-eyed decisions or if they're being distorted by our past. I think there's clear distortion here, which I've told you, and I want us to get you some help with that. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.